6:50 on Saturday morning. I'm just leaving the San Jacinto State Park campground where I had a pretty good night. Looks like a sunny day ahead for the route up to the top and starting the descent, San Jacinto. Temperature is probably close to 40. Actually, it's climbing up a little bit, mid-40s. No wind right here, but feeling pretty good. Neuropathy definitely there. It's just kind of on the edge. And hopefully when I start walking, it'll calm down. So we'll see. I'm going with it one way or the other. But I feel pretty rested after yesterday, so that's good. Here we go. Oh, to start out, I've got leggings, hiking shirt, sleep shirt, wind jacket, mittens, and knitted hat. Okay, starting up Black Mountain Road, 7 miles to the PCT. Here I go. Looking west into the marine layer. Well, this is going to be an uphill walk, but since it's on a road, it'll be just a little bit easier. Be interesting to see if anybody comes by me. This road is clearly drivable, and anybody who was looking to do an alternate around the mountain could certainly be driven probably most of the way up to the PCT on this road. I do expect there to be some snow up near the top. I'm actually hoping there will be because I want to melt some of it for water so I don't have to carry so much here. But what was that? Remember years ago, I checked this alternate out, and a guy drove me up on this lower section here that I'm walking today in his old truck. Didn't have any big issues. So I think we went up, I don't know, maybe a mile or so, mile or two. But you can see right here, it's pretty well graded. Oh, here comes somebody. I've just walked up the road a bit and ran into some nice folks who gave me a bottle of water. And they unfortunately hadn't driven up far enough to see snow yet at this junction. And straight ahead is a gate that's closed, so I guess this is about as far as you could drive. This little splitter here that I don't recall, but those people said they had a cabin up here, so that must be how they get to their cabin over in this little valley. How nice is that? All right, I'm gonna keep on going, and I think that there will be snow patches to melt from up when I get up to toward the Pacific Crest on the north-facing aspects. In any event, I have, let's see, a little over 2 liters on me right now, and the drinking fountain is 15 down from the PCT junction, and I'm going to guess that I am maybe 5-ish from there. So 20, I could actually make that if I really wanted to on 2 liters, especially since I've started out fairly early. It's just at the moment a little after 8 a.m. I hope this is Black Mountain Road past this gate. I might have to pull the map out and double check. That is the top of Mount San Jacinto, and that would be the north-facing side. Fuller Ridge is, I think, the back side of this ridge here. I'm going to be coming in just north of that, so I will not be hiking the trail through Fuller Ridge today. I'm probably about halfway up Black Mountain Road from the highway anyway, to intersection of the Pacific Crest. Well, as I walk along up Black Mountain Road, definitely the mind is going off in different places, and one of those is just contemplating where the balance point is in terms of RVing and hiking and whatnot. So in past years, including part of this year, it seemed like when I was in the RV, I wanted to be on the trail. And when I was on the trail, I was looking forward to being back in the RV. So where is the happy medium? And as I mentioned, I'm attempting to bounce the RV in front of me and then hike back to it. So maybe that's the happy medium. I don't know. It feels like just psychologically and mentally, it's a good thing. But I'm still pretty early on in this strategy, so I'm going to probably have to just go along for maybe a week or two and see how the bouncing goes. Having the RV does allow me to very cheaply wait out any weather. I can basically pick great weather windows to hike. So that's got to be a plus. And as long as I don't push too hard, I think the fun needle will be moving. I think one of the things I'm noticing that I would enjoy is to hook up with someone preferably closer to my age. So there aren't too many 70-year-olds on trail these days, maybe more than in the past. But hey, anybody 50, 60 plus would have probably the mentality and pace that would match. So there, oh yeah, straight ahead, that valley somewhere in there is where the trail dips down and then comes back up to Ketfulla Ridge. And I think it's right in there. A little hard to tell from this perspective, but just looking at the topography, that kind of looks like the area. Anyway, in this activity anyway, you have lots of time to think about stuff, if you so choose to. So a lot of times I'll put the music in, which helps direct that mental spinning in a different direction. I haven't done it yet, but the day is young. So hiking along, obviously I see footprints, a lot of ultra lone peak footprints, but this one is unusual from what I've seen in the past. This person is, I think I've seen them go up and now they're coming down because I think that's the heel and that's headed downhill direction here. So anyway, another little mystery. Probably someone day hiking. Maybe those folks who had the cabin. Because I was seeing them go up. Right now they're more prominent coming down. Well, here's one going uphill. So, see if that mystery gets answered, either in person or some other way. For comparison, that's my footprint of an ultra lone peak. Little toes. Well, there is a rock, a big rock, just begging and waiting to let go, to come down on or across the road. That's a big boy. So, I'm now hearing running water down in this canyon. It'd be a bit of a steep scramble at this point, but see how far up it goes. Maybe at this bend, this looks like much better access. There's definitely running water. Where is it coming from? Yeah, right there. Wow. Should I bag some here? Decisions. It would definitely be easier than milking. I'll sit for a minute and think about it. Looking at far out, it does show the alternate on there, even though it's not parsed out what the mileage is. Looks like I'm about 40% of the way to the Pacific Crest Junction, so yeah, I think, the road is going to bend away and go around this knob. So there was a comment about a potential water source up a ways. One comment said dry, the other one said water. So I don't know what they were looking at. Obviously the person who said water was looking at water. Don't know about the other person. Oh yeah, that's absolutely 100% water source. Right next to the road, Black Mountain Road, about 40% of the way up from the highway on a bend. If you're listening, you'll hear it. Okay, continuing up Black Mountain Road, I've just picked up water at this wonderful stream. I think now I'm carrying 3.5 liters, which will, all things that I'm aware of, geez, that should take me probably through the dry camp tonight if I choose to, and down to the drinking fountain in the morning. I do not think I'm going to have to melt snow. If I want to take a break near snow, what I'll do is I'll maybe melt some and camel up or something just to see, depending on where I am. Anyway, so far so good. Thumbs up all the way around. It's about 9:15, and yeah, still on Black Mountain Road, just leaving the water source. And I've taken off all of my thermal gear. I'm down to shorts and my hiking shirt and a hat. It's nice, very nice out. Let's see what Mr. Thermodrop has to say about all this. Well, it must have been in the sun because it's showing 70, but it's probably, low 60s. Air temperature, no breeze. Air is very still. I would imagine that going down the big drop will pick some wind up, since the I-10 corridor is a wind tunnel, as evidenced by all the wind machines. And no sight of any snow here. I'm on a south and west facing aspect of the mountain, so don't expect to see any until I make the bend around more up toward the north aspect. Right now the road's going downhill just a little bit, and that'll change. And I've noticed that when I was stopped back there, my neuralgia was very quiet. But as soon as I started walking again, the vibration tended to annoy that nerve. But the more I walk, I can feel it easing back off. I hope it stays that way. Well, here's a trailhead of some kind. This part of the mountain is pretty much closed to camping, and I don't know whether they open it up or not. No campfires, but maybe once they open the gate, or if you want to hike up like I'm doing, you have access to camp. Well, I've come to another paved section, and right next to it is a flowing natural water source. So this would be the second one that's very close. see what else appears. Not sure how far I am. I'm going to say, I don't know, 60% of the way. Eventually I'll pull the far out app up and guesstimate. Well, I just looked at the app, and if I'm reading the listing correctly, I'm 2.6 away from the Pacific Crest Junction, which means 2.6 out of 7.1, whatever percent left to go, or percent on the way up. So, somewhere around 60-70%. I should be about an hour away from the junction. I think I understand why this is paved. It's steeper, I can feel it. So, gaining altitude. Looks like it's about ready to go back to dirt. Okay, well, I ran across this spigot of sorts, and I look uphill, and there's a tank up there. Maybe I'll walk up and just see if there's anything in it, but there's nothing coming out of this. So with no valve, I gotta assume that the tank is probably dry. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna go look because I have enough water right now. And on this side of the road, that looks pretty dry there, down that little drainage. But that's definitely a storage tank of some kind. Onward and upward. And another paved section around this curve anyway. Seeing a lot of blue sky, so maybe getting close. I know this comes up on the northwest side because that's where I saw and walked through over snow the last time up here. So far, not a drop of snow anywhere that I've seen here. So maybe getting that extra water was a good move. All right, reached a junction here, and a very official looking sign showing PCT Fuller Ridge 3 miles ahead, 1 mile to Black Mountain Group Camp, which I think is where my junction is. Somewhere in between those two, I think. Anyway, Forest Road 4S01. And I'm just gonna guess the last time through I was seeing snow in here. Right now, there is nothing to be seen. But patches could start appearing any point in the shaded areas. So keep an eye out. Whoop, there we go. There's some snow patches right there. on the left, and even dead ahead. I don't know how much longer they're going to be around with this kind of weather, but well, hopefully they'll be around up to the PCT and maybe for a little bit going down the drop. That is definitely a water source if you have a way to melt it. Ooh, walking over snow. All right, well, that's good news. Very pretty. Wow. I'm fairly certain that last time through I was walking on snow through here. And let's see, maybe I'm going to be walking on snow around this bend here. Not much. Well, might have topped out about here, so clearly headed downhill through this drainage, and I think to the Pacific Crest Trail junction. Although if past experience is any teacher, the trail is never quite finished with one. Usually a little more up or something to burn some extra calories. I don't have a great recollection when I walked through here last time, but pretty sure I'm sneaking up on it. Lots of snow in here to melt. That's for sure, for April 2nd. But I don't know, another week or two, unless temperatures change or a system comes through, I don't know how much is going to be left in here. But at least that makes 15 miles or possibly less to the water fountain from the PCT junction up here, because I'm sure there'll be a few patches of snow here and there starting out on the drop that you could get water from. Well, here's another one of these yellow post dispersed campsites. Number 3 here, just went by number 2. When they're open, that's a nice place. And this is a road that you could, I don't think I'd bring my rig up, but a travel trailer, 4-wheel drive vehicle, sure. You could definitely get up this road. So the yellow post areas normally, well, National Forest, maybe BLM, I'm not quite sure who the main agency is for these in here, but up over by Big Bear, I went up and took my rig into that area. That was pretty nice. Stayed there for, I don't know, a week. I believe the Big Bear one, Heart Bar, is off of Highway 38. It's definitely not 18, I think. Anyway, you come out of Redlands area, up that side of the mountain. And I've actually walked from the Heart Bar dispersed area up to Coon Cabin on the PCT. It wasn't that long, I don't know, definitely less than an hour each way. All right, here's Black Mountain Group Camp down in there. Well, between those trees, that white thing way in the distance, San Bernardino Mountains. And can't quite see I-10, but it's way down there. Be able to see it in a few minutes. Gotta go up this little section here. Remember, the trail is never quite finished, so it wants to extract just a little bit more from me before letting me go downhill. That's I-10 and the Morongo Casino way down there. See if I can zoom in. There it is, center frame. That tall building is the casino. Okay, well, just a little bit more up, and I think we'll have it. 11 o'clock, and here we are at the junction of Black Mountain Road and the Pacific Crest Trail. Trail comes down center screen, traversing down here, crosses the road, and heads that way. Yay, all right. So let's go find some snow down the way and take a break. Well, as I head down the big drop, 15 miles of it, this is the view that I will be getting, different pieces of it. This is the Morongo Casino center frame. I'll be coming out about 6.5 road miles to the right of the Morongo towards Palm Springs. So I'm thinking right now, I could probably make the water fountain by 4:30. Definitely have enough water to do it. So it's just a matter of how I'm feeling. I would make today definitely a high mileage day. So I'll have to see how I feel about all that. But I can stop anytime and then bounce on in to I-10 tomorrow morning and get an Uber, grab the RV for a Nero, see how I feel. If I feel good enough, then park the RV again and start walking to Big Bear. And I figure that's going to be 4.5 days. A long way down there. Well, I've decided this is the last snow patch. There might be another one, but hey. So I'm going to stop here for a break and melt some snow, camel up, and eat, and then continue on. So right now I'm looking southbound on the trail. Just walked past this. And I'm not seeing anything ahead, but it doesn't mean on the other side of this knoll there could be some. But, oh, yeah. Take advantage of it when it appears. Don't be greedy. Now there's the northwest side of San Jacinto. Still a lot of snow up there. I just stopped at, I think, 193.6 and melted some snow, cameled up. That's the last snow that I've seen so far. I'll be reporting later on Facebook if there are any other snow patches that I see. But be interesting to hear from the folks traversing up from 152 over Saddle and through Fuller Ridge, what kind of snow and blowdowns they found. Reports to date weren't encouraging, that's for sure. A lot of work. All right, let's get walking here. All right, I've made it to a big saddle where I've camped at least once, maybe twice over the years. Today will not be one of those times, but lots of room, no snow. Have not seen any snow remotely close to the trail since when I stopped a while ago at, I believe, 193.6. Pretty sure that's the end. Boy, the marine layer is definitely hanging in tough today. I don't see it burning off much at all. At the coast in the I-10 valley, it certainly is. And east towards Palm Springs. Well, last little bit before we lose the big trees and go into nothing but bush. Temperatures low 60s. Very nice. So this is the Splitter Trail going off to the right over that direction to Snow Creek. So I'm gonna walk in real quick and see what's going on. I don't have a lot of high hopes. Even though there's a lot of snow up on Jacinto, I don't know if this drainage had enough to create flow, but let's go see. Okay, well this is Snow Creek, which for me in the past has had flow, and I just camped right over there in the shade. It is definitely dry this year, too bad. So it took me a little bit to find it. I'm gonna try and come back on the trail, even though since it hasn't had much activity, it's starting to get kind of covered up. But here's this dirt road, which I just walked down, and the trail, the access trail, I remember goes up straight up that way. So I'm going to see if that'll lead me back up toward that junction. It's probably a couple of minutes walk, at least downhill. So anyway, too bad. I'll post on Far Out that it is actually dry this year. Well, just under 12 trail miles to the drinking fountain, which might be down right in there. Gets confusing. It might be the valley to the left, which is out of view. Probably is. Anyway, still a ways to go. Good 4 hours of hiking. But it is downhill and it's a great temperature day. So I like that. Well, it pays to look up sometimes. Look at that rocky escarpment, wow. And then we're headed toward those big boulders, house size, car size, and down that way. So, the trail comes across all the way over there, and then it'll head back this way. And go around this big lump behind me. Alright, so we're traversing all the way around, all the way over to there. Or maybe there. Yeah. And eventually it'll come back. You're a pretty guy too, you're an adult. Yeah, first rattlesnake of the year at mile, I'm gonna say 201, 202 maybe. Go. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna back away so you can just. I-10 underpass way over there. And Snow Creek trail crosses right there and then goes all the way around to I-10. So sneaking up on it, I'm gonna spend the night at Snow Creek Faucet. I'm tired. Feet are tired, but hanging tough.